The boxing theme is there, but I wanted to use it this time to sort of express the resort to the basic, which is what this is about. And there's nothing more basic than two people fighting with their fists.
Riley's gym is one of the huge dresses for the art department. What they're great at is finding a location that has brilliant raw materials like the windows, the columns, the light, and then they just see the kind of next layer that's going to go on and kind of make the most of what's there by adding the rings, the flags, the details that really kind of sell the world.
I got a concept done of that with myself scribbling and Jonathan, who I work with, finishing it off. And then really it's down to dressing it on the day and shooting it. When we looked at the old ambulance bay, which just has rows and rows and rows of doors in a big, long, blue-coloured room, we knew that we could see the shape of what could look like a pretty cool gym.
Yeah, Riley's gym was great. I mean, walking in there again, it's even the lighting, you know, and everybody. They packed out the hall with boxes, real boxes. You know, they got them from, I believe, the local boxing clubs, and you know, all of us to all be there in like the shorts, and everybody sort of, as we're doing the scene, they're all punching the bags and doing pads. They're enjoying it, we're enjoying it, and we're all helping each other. Never in a million years would I have thought that same mouthguard that I was in the middle of Stevenage, in the middle of nowhere, boxing somebody, that I'd be wearing that same mouthguard, you know, on the set of Peaky bloody Blinders, you know what I mean? So, it's great.
Our boxing hall is kind of one of our big set pieces, and Stephen Daly and the locations team, as soon as they found Olympia, they knew that was the place, and they kind of took us all on the journey to see beyond the kind of down at heel boxing venue.
We looked at quite a few locations, but when we walked into the old Olympia Theatre in Liverpool, we thought, how the hell can we make this work, because it's so big, but also we kind of have to make this work because it looks amazing.
They packed out the hall with like however many hundred sort of supporting artists, so they're going crazy, we're having a fight, there's like fake blood on the canvas, do you know what I mean? It really does, you don't even have to do much. You're so in it and you're so taken away by it all. The acting's so natural, you feel like you're there.
We came up with the idea of hanging very, very big flags on one side of the stage, and that meant that we could shoot into the crowd, what would be the crowd in the main auditorium, for just a few key shots, and they became a few CG key shots, so the crowd is all CG'd in. It meant we could concentrate on closer shots in and around the guys as they fight.
When you've got that much energy in a room, and in a room that looks as good as it does, it's an instant, automatic focus. It's quite hard to keep your eyes off it, you know? You don't really need to think about what you're doing, it just takes care of itself.
The design was clever, the way we photographed it was clever. So I think in that respect, you know, as and when we piece it together, I kind of hope it comes across as well as it felt on the day we were filming it.
Honestly, up there in one of my most favourite filming days ever.
All departments come together, you've got costume design, props, the essays, they've all come together today to create a really amazing atmosphere.
It's always lovely to step on in character in your costume, and then you become part of that set.
So much of this show's success and why it works is, I think, the visual. The world that the Peakys exist in is almost like another character in this show. You know, you have the Shelbys, but then you have their environment, and I think that's a big part of the show as a whole.
And every time you step into it, it's like really sort of putting that, I know, like an imaginary cloak, and you're inside this imaginary world. This is amazing. The fact they make it the same every year, this amazes me.
It's a challenge to maintain the great look that the previous guys have done. At the same time, there's just a lot of stuff to cram in a short space of time. We've got a lot of sets to do, and I've got a great team working for me.
Costume, I think Alison McCosh, who joined the team this year, had a great approach, which was to go kind of beyond the normal costume houses and go kind of further afield in search of brilliant 20s costumes that we wouldn't have seen on television before.
Alison McCosh has been absolutely brilliant. She actually sometimes comes to me with an outfit and speaks to me about my character and gives me some thoughts that I hadn't even thought of yet.
Normally, you go to the same costume houses in London, and quite often you'll watch a show and you'll go, oh my God, I wore that. But this, everything is new, everything is real and was really bought by someone and worn by someone, and there's something really exciting about that.
Just went to Trevelli in Rome, went to Paris, sourced in America as well in various museums of costumes, I think is actually where she's got them from, and just found a lot of original pieces.
Been really inspired by some of the costumes she's come up with, because she really wants to give Linda a bit more colour and shape and style, and it totally informs the decisions you make as an actress.
To go on that treasure hunt and to find these pieces, and then when you're in that fitting and it just all works and it's like a jigsaw puzzle and it pulls together, and then you see the actor light up feeling that they've found the character, and then you go, well, job done today, that was a good day.
The haircuts, the style is kind of integral to what made the show successful in the first place, and Loz and her team continue to do that every year, and the cast look fantastic again, and that's thanks to those guys and their hard work.
You know, when I first cut it in series 1, all the boys with their hats down and everyone's looking at them really weirdly, and then now I cut it. It's like a normal haircut. But, it is great when you see all the boys in their outfits and they've got a peak cut. They look so sharp and lovely.
There's people now buying suits like this. They're coming back in. I'm out sometimes having pints and they're all Peaky Blinder haircuts and Peaky Blinder suits, and that's great. It's a world. Stephen Knight was right. It's a new world, and I'm just delighted to be part of it. I'm very proud to be part of it.